Hey guys, it's Eddie here from DilleenProperty. Today I want to do a quick video. This video is about should you buy one property for $1 million or should you buy 5 properties for the same price. So I'm going to dive right into it. Say you buy a property you've got $1 million pre-approval and you want to buy a property as an investment property. I focus on properties with really high cash flow, rental yield. I want to buy it below market value, so pick up a bargain, a bank repossession, an off-market property, whatever. And it's got to be in a metro area, within half an hour, 40 minutes of the city, and it's got to be able to grow in value over time and double within a market cycle. So let's say you buy one property for $1 million. So this is your $1 million property. Might be in Sydney, might be in Melbourne, might be in Brisbane, whatever. But you bought one property for $1 million. I'm going to explain why cash flow is much better in lower priced properties, still within metro areas, but the cash flow is always better. Say you buy a property for $1 million, most likely this property, it will only rent out for $600 a week. Could be $500 a week, could be anywhere between $400 a week and $1,000 a week. Most properties at $1 million though, the ones that have experienced growth in the last 5-6 years of Sydney and Melbourne, say this one rents out for $600 a week. Just as an example. Could be more, could be less, but say $600 a week. So $600 per week in rent. $600 times per week times 52 weeks in a year, so it's around 30-odd thousand roughly, a little bit more, but $30,000 per year for rental income. And the property's worth $1 million. That's roughly about a 3% yield, which is pretty shit in my opinion. Why I would not do this at all, in terms of cash flow, and there's lots of other things to consider with growth and all that other kind of stuff, but this is just talking about a cash flow and yield perspective. So that's one scenario. The other scenario which I've done, and I've got 14 investment properties, I'm 26 years old, and I've been featured all over the news, TV, all over the media for my story of buying affordable properties within metro areas. I do this instead. So say you buy 5 properties. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 5 properties. Say those properties you bought for $200,000, right? $200,000 each. So 200K each. Now, some of these could be worth 300, some could be worth 180,000, 160,000, some could be worth 250, 200, 180, but just say roughly we all bought it for minimum about 200,000 roughly. So this one could be 300,000, this one could be 150,000, etc. Now, I know when you're probably thinking about this video, you're probably saying, where the hell can you get a property for $200,000? But you can. It's about adjusting your expectations and learning how to invest in property and build a large portfolio. Properties, we're not just talking about houses, we're talking about also townhouses and units and all that kind of stuff. So some could be houses, some could be townhouses. This is just for basic experimental purposes. A property that I love to aim for, and properties that I love to aim for are $200,000. They rent out for say $320 to $340 per week. So say each of these properties are renting for $300 to $350 per week. So that's about a 7 to 8% rental yield. So it's about a 7 to 8% rental yield. Just from the cash flow perspective, with these kind of properties, say if they're rented for $300 per week and you've got 5 of them, that's instantly $1,500 per week, or roughly 70,000, probably more, but just say 70,000 roughly per year, and that was 30,000 per year. And I know my writing's pretty shit, but this is just for a rough example. So you've got 5 properties within metro areas. This one could be in Sydney, the outskirts of Sydney, within 45 minutes or an hour and a bit. This could be within 20 minutes of Brisbane, Adelaide, Gold Coast, whatever. They could be all scattered all throughout the place. But just from a cash flow perspective, the difference is massive. And you could say this one could have a lot more growth, and you could say, you know, more growth than these, but from my experience, lower end of properties, you know, the basics, foundation type properties within metro areas still have amazing growth compared to, you know, prestige high range properties for $1 million. If you're within Sydney and Melbourne at the moment, a lot of these properties are dropping in value. So who's to say what's better? Whereas all the properties that I bought years and years ago for 150,000, 200,000 are now worth a lot more because a lot more people can afford them with finance. But that's just a basic equation. One property rents for $600 per week, worth $1 million, $30,000 roughly per year in rental income. We've got 5 properties worth $200,000 per each, doing $300 to $350 per year, 7 to 8% rental yield, or shitty 3% rental yield. So I hope this video has helped, and I'll catch you next video. Bye.